Hello YouTube live coming to you. Ooh, microphone's a little too close. That's okay. Anyways, it's about 1 a.m. here Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. So it's about 11 o'clock West Coast, I think. And I forget where it is on which coast on where, but coming to you live. Harry Potter's Wizards Unite's very first gameplay. APK has been released. The pre-registration hasn't hit all the phones yet, but I decided to do the stream now just to show you what it actually looks like. And let me just I'll save the Reddit. I was actually talking to someone in Reddit. Actually, let me do this here. Give people a chance to come in the chat soon. So just give it a moment or so. Let's see what was the message here. Okay. All right, so I chatted up and say any questions. I'm going to start showing this right away. And I'll turn up the volume a little bit. I know sometimes these things are a little loud, so here we go. Very first ever seen on any channel live Harry Potter gameplay. And there's music and sound as well. Now I did record myself creating my account, so that's going to be uploaded soon. Hello, Tragic Winner. Okay, stay safe. Do not play Harry Potter or Wizards Unite while driving. Now, I did record myself actually having the game running when I was driving around, and it shows up a car. So that's kind of cool. So, let me just see if anyone else is going to join in. I will give it about a minute or so. I know it's late night in the East Coast, but there should be. Now, I know the window is a little. Actually, let me see if I can squeeze this a little bit more. I don't want to squeeze it too much. Yeah, it should be fine. I'm going to put this through the microphone so you can hear the music through the microphone. It should be better this way, so it won't be blaring in your ear. Now, there's a little thing I found out that I don't know if anyone's noticed this yet, but here is when you click on the character. Makes a little noise when it waves. Now, I'll keep the volume up so you can hear it. I don't want to, if I put this stream through the actual system, the volume's going to be super loud and you won't be able to hear me or actually the actual gameplay because it gets too distorted. For some reason, mobile apps have a tendency to really be bad. So I'll go through each area, each window, and I'll show you exactly what each thing does. Now, this is the very first thing that you open when you open up the character. Off to Hogwarts we go. Now, when you first start the game, the very first thing you start up the game, now I'll show you each individual piece here. Now, you have your character profile, and on the upper right, where now everyone that watches my stream knows that I'm from Virginia, so that's not a thing. But if you're going to be doing YouTube stuff and you don't want people to know where you are, it's just going to show you your state. It's not going to show you which street. Now, there's two different things or two different settings in here. There's your private name, which I used this name up here, which says name, and the character name, which is the character that everyone will see. Now this name up here, where it says name, that's the one that's you. Now, if you're going to be a YouTuber or anyone that does streaming, you want to be careful, because if you put your real name and you show this picture, it will show your real name on here. So you do not want to do that. Now, I'll show you each one. I can actually edit this. So your first name and last name, and then you confirm it. Now, the second part, the titles. Starts off, you have 4 to start off with. Finder of Foundables, Confounder of Confoundables, and Hagrid's Heroes. Now, as you progress in the game, you'll get other titles depending on what you do. So let's say you take care of 100 Dementors, and you may unlock a new title saying the Dementor Defender. And if you want to, and port keys, if you want to use that, go right ahead, Dementor Defender. So this will be titles. Now these titles will show up on your card. So when people look at your profile, they say, oh, this guy has taken out, 2,000 defenders. They're like Defender Conqueror or Dementor Conquerors. That's a really cool indicator. So you see here, I can actually toggle them. Yep. Now this Hagrid's Heroes, the reason why I have this one was because I freed him from a trap earlier. Now, if you look at my video I'm going to upload soon, you'll see me freeing Hagrid. I used the spell and I freed him from a web. So here we go. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't really change anything. Now, the next section and the real important part, your house. Now you notice I can change these. So you have, of course, the 4 houses, but I'll show it anyways in case some of you don't know what the actual houses are. I picked Gryffindor, and I'll read to you each description. Gryffindor values bravery, daring, and chivalry. Slytherin. Slytherin house values ambition, cunning, and resourcefulness. Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff values hard work, loyalty, and fair play. Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw values intelligence, knowledge, and creativity. So yeah, as you can tell, I can actually confirm and change these. Now let me just check one thing, make sure. I'll just let you hear the music. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. Let me just double check something out here. Just doing a YouTube health check. Okay. Feel free if you want to chat. That's fine. I could use questions. Now, the next step is your wand. Now, I'm actually going to create a separate video of this particular piece, the wood types, because there's a big long list of wood types. So I won't go into it now because there's a lot of them. But there's an actual explanation of each individual wood type and what that actually does for your wand. Specifically, your personality, the type of magic you want to use, how much power, how frequent, how infrequent, your temperament, your schools. There's a lot of different factors that goes into your wood. And now your core, the 3 cores, dragon heartstrings, unicorn hair, and phoenix feather. And I'll show you this. I'll read to you. While many different substances can use for wand cores, the three supreme core types are unicorn hair, dragon heartstring, and phoenix feather. Dragon heartstring produces the wands with the most power and the quickest to learn new spells. However, they can change alliances if one from a master and are the most prone to accidents. So, if you remember the Grand Wand from the movies, Dragon Heartstring was the one that was pretty much in Dumbledore's wand. Now, with this caveat, it says the most power and the quickest learn. So it's very powerful, but it's prone to accidents. So you can master it, but you can have a lot of false positives or mistakes. Unicorn hair, and that's the one I picked, by the way. produces the most consistent magic and the most faithful of all wands. They do not make the most powerful wands, but the wood they are paired with can compensate for this. So this is a reliability wand, where if you're not sure about a spell and you're not sure if it's going to go off well, or you're kind of concerned about the alliances and the temperament the wand has to you as a person, or you to the school, this is the wand to use. Phoenix Feather produces the greatest range of magic and shows the most initiative. They are the hardest to tame, and Phoenix Feather wands are often the pickiest when choosing its owner. So it's very, very loyal. So you cannot just grab any wand and expect to use it right away. So it takes a long time to get attuned to it. But it has very flexible, it's very prone to, I would say the best way of describing this one is dabble in all trades but in master of none. That's probably the best way of doing it. Can you get this game on any type of phone? Well, technically it's not available quite yet on any phone. But this is the APK that was downloaded was from Android. So it may be out for the iOS soon. It's all in Portkey and Warner Brothers hands with this. Now, flexibility. And I'll show you the different steps here. Brittle, hard, rigid, solid, unbending, unyielding, quite bendy, quite flexible, reasonably supple, slightly yielding, reasonably supple, slightly yielding, slightly springy, pliant, surprisingly swishy. So I wonder how hard it was for them to find all these different words. I'll just go into this. Flexibility of wands can determine the adaptability of the owner's spell work and can also denote the wand's loyalty to its wielder. And then you have the size. So you go from 9.5 inches to 14.5 inches. So I pick right in the middle for now. And you notice you can change this. Yeah, sure. Since there weren't really anything. And most importantly, the achievements. You initially start off with 5. Bertie's Bots, Butterbeer, and Pumpkin Juice. Now, as you progress in the game, obviously you're going to get more achievements. This is just the initial because you download the game, you set up your character, etc. Let me check one thing here because I notice I'm not getting a lot of slightly yielding and slightly bendy. Okay, let me change this up now, just a little bit. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. All right, just update that a little bit. Now, let's go into the different areas. If you go into the briefcase, this is where all your different sub options are. Potions are level 4, and your professions are level 6. So you cannot get into your specialty until you actually leveled up your character. Now, if you notice this, I got 860 experience points out of 2250. That was because I freed Hagrid from his web, which I will show you in the video coming up soon. Let's see. The vault. These are all the items you have. Healing potions, strong extimulo potions, potion extimulo potions, and Barufo's brain elixir. The Barufo's brain elixir. Hold on a second. The Brofu Brain Elixir are, in comparison to Pokemon Go, they're like lucky eggs. When you use these, you get bonus experience points. Just 1 second. Okay. So I'll show it. Grants you extra Wizarding XP from each trace and port key you complete. So you have 30 minutes to get as much double experience as you can. When the wand choose you through kinds of like in the movie when Harry Potter was getting his wand. Yes. Well, yes and no. In the Wizarding world of Harry Potter, yes, the wand would choose you. But there have been occasions where a wand would just accept any master depending on one's school or affiliation, or accepts any master at all. So the different types of wands are, the temperament are different based on the combinations of what's in that wand. So you have wands that are very picky, like I only want this one and that's it. And if you try to use it, it'll just blow back at you. And there are others that are like, yeah, I don't care if you're strong enough, as long as you're strong enough, you can use me. That I will go into details of all the different woods because they're very specific on the types and personas that are involved in each one. Let's see. Here are the ingredients. These are ingredients that you actually use to just make potions, but later on they'll be used to make other items as well, not just potions. And utility. The golden key opens up port keys. Now there's typos in here. It says opens locked port key. I think they mean locked port key, portmanteaus. And we can use repeatedly. So this is basically a device that you trigger portmanteaus. So if you're traveling and walking around, you see a portmanteaus, you just use your key and it opens it. So you just go around different spots and use it to open it. And scrolls are used profession lessons. So as you progress in your profession tree, you'll use scrolls to process or level up in the different schools. You have, it's a hierarchy of different avenues and different sections, and you can use these scrolls. You'll get more as you progress in the game. Remember, there's lots of items that you can obtain by challenging NPCs or finding items out in the wild. There's also fantastic beasts. So that's going to be, and I'll show you where some of the silhouettes are involved in this. And the rune stones for the different arts and the different schools. So you start off with 4. There are more schools, but this is just a intro, kind of like, here, we'll give you a few to start off with, play with them, and then you pick your own later on. And this is the store where you can actually use real money. They already have the microtransactions available. Anti-calamity kit, just to show you what type of things they have in here. Just go over here for a second. Just to make sure. Okay. Yeah, so you have your gold and your potions and your spell energy. Now remember, in my last video, and I don't think anyone else has even mentioned this, when you go out in the world, you have 2 different energies. You have your HP, which is your hit points for your person, your character, your wizard, and spell energy. Spell energy is how many or how strong your spells are. So you can walk as much as you want, and you can attack as many times as you want. As long as you don't get hit, you're fine. But you only have a certain amount of spell energy to use per attack. Now, what we don't see here yet, but it will exist, is you will regenerate spell energy for a period of time. So if you wait it out, your spell energy will increase until you max out. Now, I haven't seen it here in these crates, except for here, spell energy capacity, where you can actually increase the amount of spell energy that you'll be able to hold on to. So you'll be able to cast more spells, more powerful spells. And there's certain spells you won't be able to cast unless you have a certain amount of energy. So you definitely want to, this right here, this vault extensions, everyone's going to be using. Ingredients capacity, potion, it's like, same thing as like your item bag in Pokemon Go and your Pokedex. But instead of 2 things, we have 3 things. So you have potions, you have ingredients, and you have spell energy. The most important one will be spell energy for this one. because that's where you're going to be using every day. Which class would you actually think he might be? I might be Ravenclaw, I'm not sure. Well, I picked Gryffindor for now. Once things start spawning, now I did actually go, that's why it took me so long, because I did actually go to a Walmart where it's a high traffic area. Class, you mean house or profession? I mean house. Now professions aren't out yet unless you reach, let me go back here. Let's see, let me go back out to the main thing here. Let's see, where are you? Profession. See, access profession at level 6. Here is the house, just so you're clear. These are the 4 different houses. Right now. I picked Gryffindor, but profession, you need to reach level 6 yet. Now, the reason why I went to Walmart, why it took so long for me to go do this stream, is I wanted to see if anything was spawning. And the Walmart I go to is a hotspot. It has gyms. In relation to Pokemon Go, it has gyms, it has raid gyms, it has very high spawn points. So if anything was there, it would have showed up. Here, like on this map, I wouldn't really expect anything in any game to really show up. But there, I went there and sat there for like about 5 minutes and nothing spawned. So the game's not completely available yet for full playability, because obviously there's nothing here. There's no port keys, there's no foundables, there's no Fantastic Beasts to tame. And I'll show you different things here about that. Well, here's the weather. Now, you may think, why do I care about the weather? In Pokemon Go, the weather just says if it's strong or if it's boosted or not. In this game, there are certain ingredients that only come out during certain types of weather or conditions. I'll show you that in a second. Let's see, registry, I think it is. Mysteries. No. Okay, well, I'll just show you the exploration first. Here's Hagrid. Scene 1, Fragments 1. When I freed Hagrid from his web, he appeared here, and I had to actually click on him to activate him in this. Half-giant gamekeeper, the professor of care of magical creatures. Rubus Hagrid has an affinity for tea, gardening, and magical creatures, especially of the extremely dangerous variety. He's rarely seen without his faithful boarhound, Fang, by his side. Return Tuesday, 16 April 2019. Found at blah, 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 blah. Return to Hogwarts grounds. All right. And you see a picture. It's just showing you the AR. Oh, to do AR pictures. Let's see. Whoa. Well, there's your AR picture. There's Hagrid. Yeah, I'll leave. Okay, so you can actually, like in Pokemon Go, you could take AR pictures of everything that you catch, which is really cool, because if you look at some of these things, like the Griffins, you could actually have like buildings and structures in the background. And I'll go through each one. The Dark Arts, Borgin and Burks, Nocturne Alley. I think it'll be really cool to see some of the AR pictures that will come from this. Now, obviously, these things aren't quite yet, but you get a chance to see. You could tell by the silhouette what some of these are. Let's see if we could find, like this, most likely is Harry Potter on the left, Severus Snape. I'm not sure what book or item that is on the table there. Oh, Severe. Now, when you come across an event, it has that little dial. When you see the recording of what I did, it'll show you the threat level. So it's corresponding to this like high. Key. All right, so I can't wait to get some of these. And here's some like more of the Fantastic Beasts. New York City. Hey, recognize this guy on the left? If you've seen the movie, you know who this is. World Cup grounds. Oops. By the way, when you play this, the swiping motions and everything is a little jumpy because you can actually go sideways on this. As you see here, it's kind of tricky. Now, if you notice here, I'll go back to the first one, Hagrid. You'll see the rank. You can actually increase your rank, and you get 15 experience points until next treasure trunk. So the more fragments you find, the higher the rank increased, and the more treasure chests you unlock, the bigger and better items. Let's see. Care of magical creatures traces appear more often at landmarks with this flag. All right. So I'll just go through here. I'll just go through each one. I go through it in the video already, but just because this is live, just to show you. I feel like they should obscure the silhouettes so there's some actual mystery. Yeah, I agree, because some of these are very, like, look right here. This is obvious. I mean, I can just be a casual player or a casual observer of the movie and know exactly everything in this particular picture. What they should actually do is have like the picture, like this picture, and not have anything, like no silhouettes, but just have it like empty. But when you find a fragment, like especially let's find one like this one, like the sword. As soon as you get one fragment, you kind of get like a fuzzy thing, and then as you get more and more, it becomes clear, and then the actual picture shows up instead of silhouettes. It should just be like a blank slate. It'll still say Dumbledore's office, and you're like, oh, I wonder what's in Dumbledore's office. But then you'll slowly see the picture come to fruition, and like, oh, that's cool. And what I would also do is for every fragment you get a little more lore. Like for instance, let's say Hagrid, just because he's the first one that shows up here. Let's say Hagrid. Let's say instead of one fragment, let's say Hagrid had 10 fragments. The first one might say a mysterious, boastful fellow with a large beard appears, kind of thing. And then the next fragment would say something like, you notice he has a lot of animals around him. And it just builds the lore until you finally get this, where it has all the information once it's cleared out. Let's see. Was Hagrid right with his pet spider and litter, but big creepy spiders again, and why he was inspired of? Yeah, and that way you can actually increase the lore. Like for instance, you fill out the lore for rank 1, so you know who Hagrid is. Then for rank 2, you can start going to, let's say, how he interacted with the characters in the movies, or in like the side stories, or anything else. And then as the rank increases, you just get more and more and more until you start getting the whole picture kind of thing. You know, actually, what I would go a step further, like here, like you have Hagrid's hut, right? And let's say you get all of these. You get all these fragments, and you get them all. And let's say you rank them up completely. Once you rank them up completely, like the whole section, the whole ranks, everything is up to max. It'd be really cool to have like a video clip, maybe like a small little video clip of Hagrid, where you click on it, it's like boom, and then let's say you unlock, lack for a better term, like a mythological research or something like that. Yeah, let's see. Let me go through here just so I won't. Then this one, room of requirement. Okay, that's where it was. Hidden things. Just showing you the silhouettes. No, just knowing what they are, it's kind of funny. Oddities, yeah, that's it for oddities. Now challenges. Same way of display. Instead of just showing like the various creatures, you just show the different books. Joke products. Yeah, let's see. Magical devices. Huh. They did think of everything here. And we obviously know what this is. Now, I wonder if these, like, because you notice here it's like 40, 50, 60, 50, 40. So it probably takes a while to get a fragment. Most likely you have to do events for the school. So I'm not sure how they're going to attach this together. Could also be a way for JKR to add some more information. Yeah, that actually would be a good idea. There's some long Pottermore background for a bunch of things, and they already added all that info from Pottermore on one. You know, that'd be interesting if, you know, that'd be actually cool if J.K. Rowling actually became an NPC for like a special event. Like maybe she would show up and you'd like have to follow a series of quests or something. I wonder if they have that in mind. Huh, the broken wand. Yep. Then you notice these are green. Now, this is why I know that this is not ready for the United States quite yet. Look at the languages here. It's not even in English. The titles are, when you see the Dal Ministro della Magia, but then you have like, I think that's Korean down there. Peter Pettigrew. So these are like high challenges, probably like a mythical challenge or legendary-ish challenges. Dolores Umbridge, Draco Malfoy, Return, Brang Gevondelling, Turig. I can't, I'm not good with languages. Telik, Backlangi, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering this. Meet Extreme Vorgenhen, SOS. Mysteries. Again, same kind of silhouette format. The Foundable Spells. Grim Folly Motives. Chapter 2. Maybe add like some little extra bonus or secret in the game to help out with something you're trying to get. Or so like the Chamber of Secrets. Well, one thing we know, or at least with that Niantic likes doing, and I'm sure they've included this already, Easter eggs. There will most likely be Easter eggs in here. Now, I haven't seen anything yet, but I have been clicking around. Now let's go events info. There's no events yet, but this is where the in comparison to Pokemon Go, where this would be like the mythological events, or maybe like Pokemon Go Fest or something special would show up in this window. And let me just go back in the store so you can see the different things here. Now you can actually get, I got 80 coins so far. Bag of rune stones. See, this is why I know that they just gave you a sample. There's a lot more rune stones. Wonders of the Wizarding World. Okay. Slug and Jiggers. Slug and Jiggers. Ingredients capacity. This is going to be used a lot. Get 30 additional ingredient value slots. Potions. 10 additional potions. Okay. And here's where you buy all your coins. This is where everybody's going to be spending all their money. 10,000 gold for $100. All right, so vault's what you have, and the alley is what you can get. And there's my energy, my spell energy. Notice it's 24 out of 75 because I used that one spell to free Hagrid. And this actually shows info on this. Diagon Alley is the place to go for all your wizarding needs. In Featured, you can shop. Now notice this. In Featured, you can shop the best deals to get the most free gold. At Wise Acres, you'll find all the tools that trade for a top-notch task force member. At Slug and Jiggers, you can get the perfect potions and indispensable ingredients for all your calamity-containing efforts. At Gringotts, you can fill your pockets with goblin-made gold. What if I don't want goblin-made gold? Here's the map, and I'll go back here. Port keys. No port keys, but this is where they would show up here. And you'd see the like the little silhouette of the actual port key item. And it will open up the different challenges. If you look at my previous video, I show the sample of like how the port key is actually activated and used. Let's see. I don't get why they call the money gold and not galleons. Well, that might be a Warner Brothers decision on this, because this is a combination of Niantic, Warner Brothers, port key, and Harry Potter proper. They probably all unanimously decided, well, let's make it a little more general and make it gold. That's what I'm guessing. Let's see, I can't get there. Now, potions, you can't do potions level 4, so I can't really do anything. Now, you notice in the background, there's file folders in here. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be something that's clickable. Might be. Might not be. Anything else in here? Cover all this, yeah. Oh, yeah, I wanted to... There are some sounds to this. Now, hopefully I won't get copyright issues with this, but... Okay, let me get back out here and then go in to... Actually, no. I'll go here. Because when you pick your wand, you get to hear the different core types. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. Oh yeah, and my favorite, when you zoom in on this guy. Alright, so, and you have the same compass. Now I did notice in the actual game window here, you have flying birds. And look at paper airplanes. Can't click on those. But it's just showing that you're in the Wizarding World. I wonder if there's going to be a thing where you can actually click on those. And that's pretty accurate with the way the moon is. Yeah, here's an important part here. The weather, sun, and moon affects a myriad of ingredients and traces in the Wizarding World. Explore to see what changes. And you see in this picture, you have 4 different things and 4 different items. So you have the 4 different weather, the sunny, cloudy, rainy, and the nighttime. Then you notice you have the 4 different ingredients on the bottom there. And each one of those ingredients is corresponding to the day, the temperature, etc. Now, I don't know if, for instance, there's like an owl in one and an umbrella in another, if that's just kind of a picture for decoration, or if there's more to it, like maybe certain items or certain creatures come out during times. So remember, there's beasts, there are items, there's different magical things, and maybe certain, like for instance, let's say only certain vehicles come out at night. We'll have to see. Let's see. Is there going to be any teaming up or team activities or such, or adding friends for the game or so? Oh yeah, absolutely. They plan to make this a combination of solo game and team building. Now, it's not going to be the same team as like in Pokemon Go, we have Team Instinct, Mystic, and Valor. It's going to be, it's going to be a couple things. One, you're going to be teaming up with the same schools that you're in, but you're also going to be doing challenges against other schools. Now, it's not going to be competition-wise versus like one versus the other. That might be later on, like if you're doing it like a special event. But it's going to be more like you go into a built like a fortress, and you have to have each individual person that has a special skill set. Let's say you're doing well in making potions. You have to go in this one virtual room and actually make potions within a certain time limit. Now, when I freed Hagrid, I casted a spell, and it was timed. And based on my accuracy of that spell, just like in my previous video I mentioned Draconis, check out that game. Although this game is going to be coming out soon, so you may not have to do that. But it's very similar to how you move the spell. And you're timed, and you have to be accurate. So if you just kind of do like let's say if you have to do a curly Q. Now, if you just kind of do this real quick, it's not going to do well. And it actually grades on like from poor, good, great, excellent, perfect. I'm not sure what the top one is because I just did great. It was like second to best. And it actually shows a bar from like red to green. Look in the video and you'll actually see the footage of me casting the spell. But you have to angle the phone to make sure you get the right spot. And then you zap it or whatever spell you're casting against Hagrid. Now, unfortunately, I don't see any other gameplay because there's nothing else here. But they did show this. Now, it's a beta. So I still expect this to be fully released on summertime. I expect, from what I've been able to gather from the APK and from the different file types, I'm suspecting a July launch time, a full launch. The pre-register stuff will be June. Right now, this is just a beta. Now, I'm not sure if this was even supposed to be, because this was released in New Zealand from what I heard. But if there's some conflicting information, not everyone seems to know where or why this actually came to be. So the fact that I'm showing this may be a risk. I'm hoping not, because it's just a sample of the game. Obviously, I haven't gotten to level 4 or level 6, so you haven't seen the potions and all that stuff. So I think they're going to be okay with this. So I'm going to open up for questions here. Or comments or anything like that. Sorry, when I went out to Walmart, it was kind of this pollen-y. So tell me what you think. I'm going to just keep this going. And if you have any questions or comments, please. I'm actually going to post this up because somebody wanted to know about this on Reddit. Yeah, I won't mention your name because you didn't actually say anything in chat. But the one I was talking to on Reddit, if you don't have to say it in chat because I know the chat's in the live stream. But if you want to reply to my Reddit to see if you actually came onto this or not, just to make sure to see if you're watching this or not, because I know you were asking questions about it. But please feel free. If you can just do it in the Reddit reply and not here if you don't want to be shown. That I understand that completely. That's perfectly fine. I'm really excited about this. I mean, it's just the more I look into this, the more involved this. Like, if you've seen my previous video about Langrisser, about how the more you go into the game, the more involved you get, and the more it hooks you. I get that feeling with this. Pokemon Go didn't really get that sense. It's just, it put itself out there. It says, we promise you this. That's it. We promise you this. We give you this initially, and you'll figure it out. This game is like, we promise you this, and we'll give you this, but we're actually going to give you this later on. That's what I like about it. They're not shortchanging their promises. They're going to give it to you exactly how they explained it, but they're going to give you more and more and more. They realize their mistakes with Pokemon Go with that. So that's good. Let's see, live stream. Oh, yeah, I forget when you look at Reddit, you actually see your comments and different things. I'm like, how's this related to Harry Potter? But then it was different conversations about different things. Why just N for the compass as the rest blank? Oh, well, because a lot of default compass makers and compass designers always use north as true north to point to. If you look at the lock, let me see if I have it here. I do somewhere. Come on, open up here. Nope, that's it. Oh, well, may not be compass, but take a look at this. It's Harry Potter-esque. It's kind of like steampunkish. Come on. Yeah. But there is a compass here. Just bear with me for a second, and I'll show it to you. Let's see, there's a pocket watch. No, it's a timer. Come on, where's my compass? I just wonder what the fortress and challenges are like. Well, from some of the sneak peeks I've seen, the fortresses are going to be mapped out similar to like a gym in Pokemon Go, but it's going to be like a facility, but it's not something where you're going to have to go inside and walk around kind of thing. You will, but not in the literal sense, because then people will be going into like police stations and hospitals and wandering around, and that would never do. But here, let me show you. Here's a compass I have. It has a little sextant. Now, you may not actually be able to see this because it's actually a... here, oops. Come on, screen. Yeah. Now, this is actually a seafaring compass. So it does actually have all the directions. But some of the generic compasses just have N for north because they kind of assume that you know the other directions. But yeah. Do you level up in this game? Yeah. See, if you look at my character, let's see, level 1. Where's that other thing here? Yeah. If you see this on the top here, level 1, XP 860 or 2250. So once I hit 2250, you get level 2. And let's see if there's an actual spots. Huh. No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. I thought I was going to see if there's anything else, but it showed this is where you see your actual level experience. Now, I don't know what the max level is. That'd be kind of funny if they actually made it level 40, kind of like Pokemon Go. But I suspect that they're actually going to have it max out to level 60. Just from some of the things I saw. Oh, let me check. Well, it'll be like Pokemon Go. It's going to be similar where you're going to get your, it's going to say you just leveled up, and I'm not sure it's going to say level up. I'm not sure what the verbiage is. Once this game gets rolling out, we'll see what it is. But you'll get items. You'll basically get, and I can actually kind of figure out where you're going to actually get by going into the store. Because the kits are a key right here. Let me show you the advanced kit. You more than likely will get, you won't get gold. You'll only get gold by doing particular events, but you're going to get dark detectors, brain elixirs, which are like like lucky eggs. You may get a couple of those. Now you're going to get a lot of these. Well, let me go to. You're going to get a lot of this. This is the key here. You're going to get dark detectors, spell energy, and potions. Typically, you're going to get a lot of health potions, a lot of magic restore potions, spell energy, obviously it's going to fill up all the way, and dark detectors. Because you're going to need dark detectors to, let's see, there's 3 for 350. Now, I would buy one, but because there aren't any assets on the playing level field, I would just be spending money on nothing. And vault extensions. So you'll get a sampling of various items, and obviously once you reach certain levels like this, you'll probably get items that help you on your professions and your potion making. So you'll be getting, let's see, not only will you be getting potions, but you'll be getting a lot of ingredients because you'll be able to brew the stuff that you want, and utilities. Just this is basically what you're going to get when you're leveling up, because you'll need all these items to get progress throughout the game. Now, obviously, you're not going to get everything at once. You'll get a little bit here and a little bit there, and as you hit certain milestones, you'll get certain items, like port keys. Now, you're probably going to get one. I would suspect you get one at level 5. That's just my gut instinct. just because in Pokemon Go, you start playing the game and then you were able to pick your team at level 5 for that. So this one is probably you'll get port keys or some other things because of your progression being level 6. That's right around the corner. Solaire, hey, how you doing, Solaire? By the way, if you're new, please subscribe because I'm going to be doing a lot more so you're saying Pokemon Go, a lot more Harry Potter stuff as soon as it comes out. I grabbed this. This was actually a bit of a risk doing this, but I grabbed it as soon as I found out. So I'm going to investigate every single inch of this game. Anything you need to know, this is going to be the source. People can play it, people can spoof it, people can do all kinds of things. I know for a fact that people are already planning on spoofing this, but I'm going to hit this as a question, answer, fact, find all, everything you can possibly do. I've already searched for Easter eggs, and so far I haven't seen any, except for this guy. Come on, come on. Come on. It did it before. Here, I'll turn it up a little bit. Is he just stuck? He's not doing it this time. But if you look early in the stream, he waves and makes a noise. Yeah. Maybe you have to go out and go back in. Okay. Well, just looking in the early in the stream, I'll also look at the recording. Tragic when you're 35-year wizard. It's like, wait, so our character isn't customizable? Just a default wizard looking thing? That's kind of what's... Well, remember, this is still in beta, and this hasn't even been released yet, so I'm thinking you will have characters soon. Because remember, look at this very carefully. This character is a silhouette. Now, I actually talked about in one of my previous videos about Niantic's future of AR Advanced, where they're mapping out the world around to use the assets and the graphics around it. And the default status of the characters in their code were characters like this character. They had a picture of a car, and in that car it was red. So this is a template. This character is a template. It's going to be customizable. The reason why I know why is because this picture in the upper left, right above profession, that will be where your character is. When they release the game fully, they're going to have that asset populated, because that's probably a lot of detail and a lot of graphics that they don't want to have in the game yet, because it may overload the service. Right now, a lot of this is baseline. Once they have the character, you're going to have all these different options, and it's going to cause the game to slow down. So that's probably why they're holding off on that. So I would say it would be customizable. I hope, well, I'm not monetized yet, but I hope not, because I said, I'm dedicating this channel to Harry Potter. For every conceivable thing, I'm going to find out every nook and cranny of every piece of code of everything of this game for you guys to help you out. Color them at least change with your Hogwarts house, maybe more customizable in the future. True. Big risk here, cause you know how YouTube is and can be. Jerry can for boys. Wonder why they chose NC of all places. That's actually a very good question. I don't know. Time zone? No. Because I heard that some people in the area couldn't even get access to this APK to even look at it, even though they released it there. So I don't know. I'm gonna hold on now. Judging when you got me a little worried here. I'm gonna take a look at my status of my thing here. Okay, so stream's still up. By the way, guys, if you're new, please please subscribe and like this video and hit notifications, because I'm going to be working on this a lot. This is just intro because I can really use the support. I've had some minor setbacks. Tragic Winter, you know all about that. Yeah, I'm actually more concerned about the music, but it's been soft. I just realized the picture in the background. And yeah, let me go back to let me see if I could pull up Hagrid. This, but not with that weird angle. Give me a second here. Let's see. Registry. Okay, picture. Let me see if I can do this. No, I'm kind of tethered to this. If I disconnect, it'll disconnect the stream. Whoa. All right, so he follows you around. Here, let's try this a different way. Let's do it this way. Scale. Oh, there we go. Scale it. There we go. And let's see. Can't look at it from behind. Take a picture. I'll download that. Yes, that's fine. All right. What was that? Oh, that cleared it out. Yeah, that's good. How did you get this game again in notification? Cause of NZ. I think you can probably move the character in AR mode. Yeah, he's huge. He definitely, well, he's Hagrid. I mean, he's big. I really want the Griffin. I mean, some of this stuff is going to be really cool once they populate. Now, some of these, look, you get 4, 8, 15, the really big ones. I think the ones you really want, let's see, 15. Well, I know the really, really big one is the, down here, no, where is it? I think it's this. Yeah, by the way, it is a little sensitive on the swiping. Where is it? No. Oh, that's going to be cool. I lost track of it. Maybe it's here. Yeah. Yeah, look at 70, 70, 32. These are going to be the ones that are going to take a while to get. 150. That's a lot. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing's going to show up when I click on them because it's unknown. Even though I know what it is, it's unknown. Now, when you click on these, nothing show up. But 20 XP until next treasure trunk. Open trunks to receive rune stones for challenges and profession scrolls. Challenges can be played in fortresses. So there you go. That shows the information on that. The mysteries. These would be like rare and exotic items that you just find. It's going to be like similar to like special badges. And there's nothing here yet. So this is where you're going to be spending most of your time in the exploration section. I kind of wish there was something more I can show you. I mean, this Yeah, there you go. He's doing it now. He wasn't before. Now, I think when they actually release the characters, it's probably going to be like, depending on male, female, various things, it'll probably make like some sort of squeaker noise or something like that. The unknown Twilight Zone. Yeah, I'm really curious about this because I did get when I cleared out Hagrid, I got the experience. Yeah, I got the experience points. I got the rank increase. It actually showed the little paw print and 20x by it, as well as the fragment. Now it actually shows you return, found at, return. Now, of course, as I said, for anyone that's going to be doing this live stream, just be careful because it says found at Warrenton, United States. So if you want to know where you are, but I mean, everyone knows where I'm at, so it's not a big deal. But for some of the other YouTubers, like, oh, I don't want people to know. Well, tough luck. You're gonna have to deal with it. And I don't know, if I was going to spend money on this, I would probably get, well, the vault extensions by far. But you will be able to get more gold later on. Why is this thing off? Just realized that. Does this need to be on? Whoa, maybe not. Does this, okay, guys, since you're on here, does this look better or worse? The pages that say Grim Folly and Penelope Folly are the only things I don't recognize. My guess is they are perhaps responsible for the calamity or something. Oh, yeah. The whole premise of the game is figuring out what is this calamity. Let me go back there. Let's see the pages. Oh, I'm not on the wrong thing here. No, hidden things. It is interesting. I can't wait to see the, not so much as the items, but the lore behind the items. Why take about a lot of just one spell to do that took up almost half, unless... Well, okay, you gotta remember one thing. The character's level 1. Is the very first thing you had to do. You're talking about like the spell to actually free Hagrid. So that resource is going to go up by a lot as you level up. I mean, look at just freeing Hagrid. Where's that? Where's that piece? I'm still trying to get familiar. Jumping between the different windows here. Is it? Yeah. Okay, 24 out of 75. For level 1, yeah. But also, I mean, I got 800 experience points. If I do that 2 more times, I level up. And that's going to increase, it's probably going to increase the spell by a lot. So, now remember, that was freeing Hagrid. Now, there are obviously going to be different events, different levels of spells that you're going to use that are going to have different values. So you may be, like, for instance, you can heal yourself, and that might not be as high of a value. So you can strategize what you have and what you need. Let's see, I think this light, you guys think this light is too bright? Honestly, I mean, I got this, but it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I just want to make sure if it looks okay. Oh, that's way too bright. I mean, I think this is okay, but you guys tell me what it looks like. Maybe I'll do that a little bit. Lighting is always a pain. Now, let me see if I can find... Maybe I can go in... Yeah, you know what? I can show you... Let's see. Oh, I'm in some weird groups. Let me just get rid of this. Where is it? All right, now I want to go. Yeah, I'm going to try to see if we can find the actual... looks fine? Okay, thanks. Is there an instance equivalent to the game? Might be able to use one to get things to spawn. Well, that's why I actually went to Walmart earlier, because if it was going to spawn anywhere, it would have been there. But that would be these... let me just pull up the vaults here. These things, the dark detectors. Those are what would be considered an incense. Where am I going here? No, I'm not going here. I'm going... Just had it. Okay, where are you? I just had it. I'm trying to pull up the briefcase so you can actually see... filming. I don't want to record it. Just go here. No, I don't want to do that. Well, I'm recording it now. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Where is it? Okay, I think this might be the very first one. I'll just show it to you here. I'm going to turn down the volume, but at least you get to see. Oh, hold on a second. It's not showing it. Just one moment here. Why is it doing that? I say no light in my opinion because it looks better. Okay, that works for me. Yeah, I think in the daytime it's a lot better, but not. It's just kind of okay. Here, I'm just going back into this so you can see it. I'm not sure why I was doing that earlier. I'll just do what I did last time to get it to work. Just do that, and then I'll stop it. Yeah, okay, it keeps on doing that. Okay. I'm actually trying to pull up the recording. All right, just bear with me. I'm trying to show you the actual... Okay, maybe I can do it through here. No. Why is it doing that? Okay, maybe you can just do this. Okay. Yeah, I think you could show it through this way. This is okay. This is me. Now this is actually important. What I'm going to show you. This is when I first click on the game to register it. I think runestones can also be used to spawn certain kinds of challenges in fortresses, but I don't know what purpose that really serves and how it all works. I love how complex and deep this game looks. Certainly looks like a lot more to do than Pogo. The interface looks great as well. Pogo still seems like it's in the beta. Yeah, I kind of get that sense too, because it's very... this looks a lot more graphically intensive, whereas Pokemon Go looks still cartoony, but it's Pokemon. I think you can't really like Dark Souls Pokemon to make it look more intense. Let's see. So this is the very beginning. When I first click on, actually, when I first click on the APK, this is what happens. So you get the sneak peek because of the live. I'm going to take this footage and put it in an actual video so that other people can see it. I turned up on the volume because you'll hear me talking as well as hearing me talking over this talking and just be talking inception and just be crazy. By the way, I did look through the terms of service and the privacy statement, and it's very similar to Pokemon Go. And if you remember, in the very beginning of Pokemon Go, there was a thing that you could opt out of. You may need to do that for this game as well. So just giving you a heads up about this. That's fine, whatever. Okay, keep going. What? Why is it doing that? That's very annoying. So how do I get back into that? Oh, okay. Here I go. All right, so I'll just keep on going with this one. Yeah, I actually do like if you've seen some of my previous videos, I go into Langrisser, and Langrisser is like a JRPG that really gets you involved. I mentioned this earlier, but I get that sense with this game where, as I mentioned before, what they're promising you, they're going to give you, and they're going to give you a lot more, and you're not even going to know how to. You're going to be so. There's going to be so much you're going to do in this. Like, I wonder if they're going to be doing it like a RPG where you can be a potions, like a brewer, and you could spend like your time brewing like the perfect potion and actually be able to sell that for gold to other people, and that could be like your profession. I wonder if they're going to have that in this. That'd be kind of cool if they did. Yeah, considering that the rune stones are connected to the schools, or to actually to the professions, it'll probably unlock profession-related experiences. I'll just say experiences because I won't say NPC trials or challenges because we're not sure what's involved with that yet. But it would be like you're in a specific profession and you want to unlock the different layers. You can actually go into those different layers, and then based on those layers, you can use the rune stones to do a particular event, or maybe just unlock something right out. Now let's see. Okay, so this is the beginning of the game where you register your name. So the volume's down, and you don't need to see me just typing it in, so I'll just go up a little bit here. Now it actually goes into like the tutorial where it starts talking about things. All right, let's just go. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's just me typing, don't worry about that. Now, your code name is going to be like your character name. Now, in comparison to Pokemon Go, the character that you see at the gyms, at doing like legendaries and such, what people see, that will be your code name. The name that I put in before, the full name, is what your account is based off of. Now, because I recorded, I didn't put my real name in there for obvious reasons. But if you look on the bottom, they'll go into the different dialogue screens of what they go through when they first start the game. Be scamming people with potions. How scamming got started at Hogwarts. Well, yeah. By the way, for the new guys, please hit subscribe to this channel. I could really use the help. I'm going to be working on this as much as I can. And what I really can't wait to do is be able to go out in this game, out into the real world, to all these different locations, and actually play this in, like, one place I really want to do this in is Transylvania. In the whole, like, the old castles out in Transylvania. I think that'd be really cool to play this game in that location. So hopefully this channel will blow up, so we'll be able to do that. But it's up to you guys. So I'm gonna let you read these things because it'll also be in the edit footage. But I decided just to put this up now because And see, this is on the, now this is an example of a foundable. Tap on trace in order to return this foundable. The trace is the actual image that appears on the map. Now, as you, like Pokemon spawns, those trace foundables are going to appear on the map. And as you move around, you'll see it and you click on it. And once you see this part, you'll see how it interacts with your character. You gotta click on it. Now, at this point, I was standing up and trying to get myself into the safe area to walk around. And this is Hagrid being caught up in a net. And it tells you need to search the ground to locate the foundable, which it's kind of obvious with this. Confoundable. If you manage to remove the web, the chaotic magic will immediately return Hagrid back to his rightful place. And Harry Potter's kind of walking you through it. We both could use the support and love just saying, cause I miss doing live streams on my channel and want to do the live chat. Yeah, I know. That's the one thing that why YouTube changed the whole, just within like a couple of weeks ago, the whole stupid you can no longer live stream mobile games unless you're over 1,000 subscribers. I think that's ridiculous. It's like the worst timing for that, for this. I mean, there's going to be a lot of new YouTubers that want to jump in this, and they can't do live streams of this game because of that stupid new policy. There was no reason for it. Wait, what do you think better for now, this game or Pokemon Go? Well, in a sense of like, which is going to be a lot more fun. Well, I think this game is going to be fun because of all the new stuff. Now, going back to this for a second, you see the AR is on. I turned AR on and off to make it easier, just like when you're catching things. Now, there's the threat level. And that on the top there, that bar. Well, I'll just let it play for a bit. Basically, you have to do that swipe. Now, if you looked at my previous video about Draconius, it's the same style where you have to actually swipe, and your accuracy is based on that bar. So depending on how accurate you are, you can actually cast that to clear them. Now, you can do very poorly, and you may need to do more at once, which is why you want to be accurate to save and be efficient with your spell energy. Because if I were really bad at that, I probably would have to do it twice. And this is where I get the fragment, the rank, and the experience. And you see the wand. You see it bounces up. Now I got all the experience with first new spell, great cast. All those different things add up to that experience. So it wasn't just freeing Hagrid. It was freeing Hagrid with a great cast, with being a first spell, and so it added up with all that experience. And then it brings you to, now you see in the window in the upper left, it has that one saying you got one new fragment. So you got to click on them to actually activate that fragment. See, he's just kind of bouncing. It's like, here it is. In case you didn't know, here he is. He's right here. You notice in the basket on the upper right corner is a 2. Those are the 2 items that I got from clearing him. And you get a chance to read all these things. Now, some of these windows actually went by pretty quick. So, but I got it all recorded, so you can just rewind it, and then just view it again. And I had to double check because with the I just look at this other things there. With a new game like this, you got to be careful because the screen recorders and such could always bail out at any given time, and this was actually very important. So I wanted to make sure it was constantly recording because I didn't want to cut out at the worst time. I tell you, these screen recorders are very unreliable sometimes, so that's why I had to double check. Oh, there's a random stag Patronus that kind of odd. I wonder if they'll let you customize that too later. Yeah, and remember what I said about the Easter eggs? I have a feeling that if I were to tap on that stag, something might have happened. But that was just, this was the very first catch, the very first of any game, you know, of this new game. So I wanted to let it just play it off. Now, I'm sure you can change it. I'm pretty sure you can change it. And then I just go in, as you probably have already seen this part where I just go into the different screens. But I just wanted to show you that beginning part of it, because you get to see that item in the bottom right corner. So you can see a lot of those. And this part. Now you did see the stars we have to search. You actually have to angle up the phone, because right now it's not showing it. Look, I'm already trying to do it, you know. Like in the previous video when I looked at the screen captures they had before, you have to line up the stars to the action in the game. That's why I was looking down, I couldn't see anything. But you see, the cast a spell, return to your marker. I had to return that spot. Now, because I made it easier on myself, that's why I turned the AR off. Now, I didn't realize that turning off the AR would have made it too super easy. Come on, get out of that. Yeah, because then you don't have to line those markers anymore. It's just right in front of you. And that's how he disappears. You've overpowered the confoundable. Rubus Agris has been brought back. There you go. So you guys have any questions? Yeah, I'm sure you could tag that or tap that. First cast, first spell, cast success, new spell, great cast. I like this action sequence here. Now, of course, as you progress through the games, your rewards are going to be a lot more involved. So let me actually go back to the actual game. But there's nothing really going on. Get rid of this guy. All right. Okay, well, is there any questions or anything that you I may have missed? Feel free to ask. I mean, there's only only limited amount of knowledge I could find on this so far. Just move this around a little bit. I do like the paper airplanes. I'm sure there's an Easter egg with that. Like if I tap on it. Now I would use things, but well, the only thing I can see, these healing potions I can't even use. So that tells me that it's not unlockable yet, and I can't brew anything yet. The only thing I can use would be this brain elixir, but there's no content to be able to use to basically get the double XP or whatever XP bonus you get. And you can actually delete these. See? You can actually delete items in this. Can you actually delete other things? Yes, you can delete those. You cannot delete those, and you don't want to delete this. Yeah, and the runestones. Illuminati. Yeah. Now you notice that I've spent some time and my spell energy has not increased since I started this. So it has not regenerated over time. Now that may not necessarily be the fact going through this game. Remember, this is still beta. They may have just locked it. Again, it could be something where you really have to be efficient with your spell energy, or you could be sitting there without any, unless you get items. But I get the feeling that you'll be, if you can't regenerate spell energy, you'll be able to find it relatively easy if you go out in the field. Like if you're walking around, you know, scoping around the maps and just looking for things, you'll be able to click. Now, that's one of the things that I didn't show you in the video, which I will show you here now once I get to it. Some of these things are a little confounded how you get to it. The setup, the settings, this is important. Obviously, you have your music, your sound effects, your vibration, you can actually turn on and off. Also, save a picture when saving a video. So if you're actually recording, doing a screen record, it can actually automatically save. Now you actually have AR plus and AR plus in combat. Now, unlike Pokemon Go where you can just have AR plus on and off, you can actually specify AR plus whether you're walking around, looking at different things, or specifically in combat. Because there's more features in this game, it's not going to be like Pokemon Go where you're just catching a Pokemon or you're not. There's a lot of different things, and they actually segmented this for the camera purposes to allow you to utilize your battery life. Now, if you look down here, see, so how did spell casting feel to you? Did it feel like it required some skill, or was it tedious? Do you aim anything or just trace the symbol and the casting is automatic after success? Very good question. That depends on your AR. When I had AR plus off, I had to do an alignment. And once I was able to lock it on, then I cast it. It was basically like a and it was reasonably easy to get that. Now, I will say this because I did play Draconius to a rather high level, and I did notice in that game, and I think Harry Potter used a lot of that technology into this game. They got a lot of heavy influence from this. The spell casting will get more complicated. You are going to have to do, I will guarantee this, that you will have to do a curly Q at one point, or a M. I think you may have to do an M, or a Z of some sort, or a hook line where it'd be like, let's see, the camera's going to be weird. It'll be like, so you're going to be like hooking down and then straight up. So yes, I expect them to get more difficult. But when I actually did it, it wasn't too bad. The thing, though, it is timed. And I could see the more complex the spell, the more people are going to be like, miss it. Because you can miss it. If you can miss it entirely, then you're going to spend your spell energy, and then you're going to have to do it again. So it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve with that. I didn't actually have to aim because I noticed that as soon as I took AR off, it made it real simple because it just put Haggard right in the center, and then I just had to cast it and it was done. Everything else was done. So just like in Pokemon Go, where you're catching it, you're zooming in, you're zooming out, you're moving around, you're getting in the grass, you have to do all that stuff. But as soon as you turn off AR, it just snaps the Pokemon in the center and you just have to throw it. And it bounced around, but it stayed stationary. Now, one other thing I noticed here, and this is the advanced features, download over network. That allows you to download updates over your Wi-Fi network versus your phone. And the important thing is, with some of the updates on this game, it's going to be a rather large file size, so you want to have that on when you download updates. I'm not sure why it has it as default off. Now, enable opening sequence. That's going to be for the I could already tell, for the hardcore gamers, they're going to want to take that off because this will allow you to see the opening sequence every time you start up the game. But if you just want to go into the game, you turn that off, so as soon as you start up, you're in the game. Battery saver. Now take a look at AR when I turn this on. It automatically turns off the AR Plus and the AR Plus in combat. Display fragment count. That's for the different fragments of the different items. Not sure why they have this, that you can toggle it. But you saw in all those pictures where you saw the silhouettes and the numbers, it will disable that. Maybe for memory or screen clutter. I don't know. And map camera idle. Now, I'm not sure why you would turn that off, except if you didn't want the camera to start doing its thing when it goes idle. That's probably for streamers. And trace auto align. Now, your question earlier was about make it easier if I turn that on. Remember I said when AR Plus was on, I had to move it to align it. This will automatically align it. Now, I'm going to keep that off because I want to do everything hardcore mode. Do you think they'll release any extra gadgets like with Pokemon Go, like a wand or something? Oh, you're talking about like like Pokemon Go Plus, yeah, guarantee it. In fact, I can already imagine that you can probably get like a wand that you'll carry around like this, and when you flick it, it'll be like you're casting a spell. So like instead of having to do this, here, let me just do it in front of the camera. Instead of having to like do this and then cast it and align it, you'll have the wand that you can actually do. Like for instance, you saw that one, I could do this. Here, let me just use an example. Let's see, what would be a good one here? Hey, here's my little mini wand. So it'll be like this. Actually. And then cast. Or it'd be like curly Q. And then as I do the moves, it'll do the action like it does on the screen. Instead of having to do with your finger, like actually doing a finger, you'll be able to trace it out. So it'll probably be something where it's gonna be something like this, where it has motion detection. It's gonna have a GPS in it, so it'll record the movements. So as you're walking around, it will trigger the game in sense of like, oh, you just found a foundable. What are you gonna do with it? Then you could probably set up where it'll have like lights on it. Where it would be like Pokemon Go Plus, where it says you can trigger it, you can pass it, or you can use a port key or whatnot. And then based on what you do, you click on it, it'll trigger it, and then boom, you'll just cast it. It may do something where it'll cast it automatically, like a good cast, not a great cast, but like a good cast, depending on what it is. But that's all speculation. So like in the movies, yeah, I mean they're all doing their wands. You know, I think that would be really cool because it'll allow complete immersion into the game. Excuse me, if they do that. Although, let's see, if it's going to be 9 to 14 inches, so we're expecting maybe something along this size here. Like, yeah, I'm really surprised I haven't seen more people joining this, because I think there's very few people actually showing this. And I was kind of hoping that get a large viewer count to ask questions about this. Yeah, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. I really need the clicks on this. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up some info real quick, just to make sure that there's a oh yeah, because there was a spelling error in I forget what it was. Here, no. No. Yeah, there's a lot of information in that description. No, I don't want to be there. Where is it? Was it here? Okay, it says unlock here. No, but it was... Yeah, see that the golden key opens loft port key. So, you know how in Pokemon Go they have bug fixes and text fixes? Well, yeah, you're gonna have to fix that key. So yeah, let me see if there's anything more on this. Just seeing if there's anything buggy with the APK itself. Let's see. I can't really imagine the accuracy of a wand peripheral to be that great, so maybe it will only be an auto good. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking an auto good cast. Well, I might actually consider it, although it might also be too embarrassing. Yeah, because in the Pokemon Go Plus, it all it does is just throws a regular Pokeball, just a regular straight throw. It's nothing, no curveballs, nothing fancy. So it's a very generic throw. So it'll probably be a very generic cast. Like it's not going to be flourished. It's not going to be special enhancements or anything. It's just going to be zap, 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 success, fail, move on kind of thing. Too embarrassing, man. I think it would be great. I think it would be a lot of fun. Now let's see with this APK. I'm going to see if there's anything in the notes. Course location, find camera, internet, write external storage, billing, receive. Okay. Activity, dialogue, app link, deep link, gape requests, parent activity, notification, API sign in, internal sign in, hub activity, Google. Oh, it's Google API connected. Okay. Facebook content provider. HSP plugin file. Well, how is Facebook connected to this? Services, activity, revocation bound services, strings. Okay, we know it's Google connected with Facebook. Login, Yahoo, Google Apps. Ooh, this is interesting. They actually have options here for a code related to blood glucose, blood pressure, body temperature, location, nutrition, oxygen saturation, reproductive health. What? That doesn't make any sense. Now, LinkedIn and PayPal, I understand. That's weird. Why is that part of this APK? And there's some weird thing. I mean, reproductive health and oxygen saturation. Are they going to have like some sort of like Fitbit related thing? But that's just weird. That's all part of this APK. So somehow they're doing some data mining on this. I feel weird about that. Okay, well, I don't want to keep your time. I know your time is valuable, but please leave a comment, subscribe to this channel, and hopefully I'll hear from you guys soon. Hopefully you found this informative. I'm going to find out more information I can about this, but I just found out that stuff about the APK, so I'm going to upload the initial, but you guys already saw it. This is for the late bloomers that didn't get a chance to see this. Anyways, I'm going to stop this short because it's about almost 3 o'clock in the morning here. So I just wanted to have this first out there, very first video, and show it to you guys. It looks like it's going to be a fun game. I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day, no matter where you are. If you're at nighttime, have a good night, sleep well, or good afternoon, all across the world. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later, and hopefully there are going to be more. And thank you for joining the chat and for the stream. This is excellent. Vonnerich, Tragic Winter 35, Toki 2100. Just doing shout outs. Solaire, and I think that was it in the chat here. Yeah, and soon hopefully I'll have super chat up and running. So anyways, take care. Hopefully you guys stay good. Yeah, I gotta fix these lights. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.